What's up, Acapellics? Welcome back to the AcapellicTV podcast with your boy Celestino Valencia. And today we have a special guest for the first time. We have Ryan Bronson. Ryan Bronson, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just been dealing with stuff, but keep it strong.
Yeah,
How was you and the family and stuff?
we doing well. It's just we just moved to Nashville, so getting settled and back in grind mode. You know what I mean?
How is it like, man? Yo, I personally want to go. No, I actually gonna move out to Tennessee soon. So how is it like over there, man?
I like it so far, minus the traffic. The traffic sucks. People don't know how to drive here. But outside of the traffic, it's a great environment to be in. A lot of
Yeah.
creative people.
I'm guessing it's a whole lot of more. It's a whole lot more. What's it called? Affordable to live out there, no?
Not really.
Really?
No, not. I mean, more affordable than when I was in California, definitely. But
Yeah.
it keeps climbing here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because I want to go over there, but like to the small towns and stuff like that. A little bit more,
Oh
more
yeah, you'll be
private.
fine in the small towns. In Nashville, it's ridiculous, but right outside of it, it drops quite a bit.
Yeah, I want to go out there. I heard so many good things about, Tennessee itself, but I don't know about the tornadoes and stuff like that. I don't know how bad it is out there.
Yeah, I haven't experienced anything yet, but like I said, I've only been here a few months.
That's nice, man. So, what you used to live in New York or LA? Because I do see that you have NY, LA, and Nashville.
Yeah, so originally from New York, a small town called Waverly, in the middle of fucking nowhere. Uh, um, I went to school in Tennessee when I was younger. Then I moved to Los Angeles for a little bit, moved back home to, or then I went to Iowa for a little bit, and then I came over here to Tennessee.
Oh, that's cool, man. So when I get out there, man, we have to connect, bro. See what's up over there, man.
Let me know when
Show
you're
me
here.
around. For sure,
Yeah, let me
bro.
know when you're here.
For sure, man. I will hit you up. But now let's talk about. You see, I saw that you opened up for Dax. Let's talk about your
Yeah,
music career. So I saw you open up
yeah.
for Dax. How was that, man?
It was a dope experience. He's a cool guy, cool artist. His fans are really interactive, so it was a cool environment. Everybody showed a whole lot of love. Just a great opportunity to open for him altogether. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, because I also saw that you hit 100,000 plays for "In My Head."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, across all the platforms, YouTube on that one is killing it right now. A few smaller channels uploaded it, so YouTube traffic has been driving that one like crazy, which is super cool.
And was this like the first time you ever done it, or was this the first time that song ever hit the 100,000
It was the first
plays?
time that song hit 100,000. I've
Okay.
had a few other ones hit that mark. Till the World Ends is about 140 on Spotify alone, and then Stays at like 240,000 on Spotify alone. So just overall, we got a few that are getting up there.
That's cool, man. That's an amazing milestone to hit. I'm guessing by now you're already used to it, but the first time I'm guessing, it just feel the
Oh, every
feels
every
and
time it hits the six digits, I freak out a little bit inside.
of course, you that's what you want. You want your songs and your stuff to be successful. That's awesome, man. So now I did see that you also have a distribution company. Tell me about that, man.
Yeah. So I just took a position as an A&R for this company called New Age Distribution.
Uh-huh.
Um, we distribute directly through like the Orchard. The Orchard's owned by Sony, so with me and the other guys that work there, we have some cool benefits for other artists, and just really trying to level that up and really find some cool, talented people to bring on board.
Oh, okay. And like, if let's say if somebody was interested, like, how could they like hit you up? Like, could they hit you up on Instagram, or where could they hit you up? And like, what kind of deals could you offer them? Or why should they be interested in a distribution deal with you guys?
Yeah, for sure. So you can message me on Instagram or Twitter, and then I'll just direct them to my email. My email is ryan@clmpresents.com. They can send their pitches and their inquiries there. A few of the perks is just priority distribution status, which is in the metadata of the releases. Spotify likes that more.
Mhm.
And then again, like the Orchard being owned by Sony, that major label affiliation is super cool. And then there's playlist pitching opportunities and things of that nature. So it's just and as far as like the monthly rates, like or not like some places take monthly rates, some people take annual rates. Ours is a one-time fee sign up situation, so there's not like recurring fees or anything like that, and we don't take a whole lot of the artist share, so we just try to really help artists.
Oh, that's cool, man. Because I did also see that you have a Spotify marketing. I really don't know how that works. So could you explain like what's going on there?
Yeah, so in my journeys of like being an artist, I obviously like coming from a bumfuck nowhere town, like there's not a whole lot of like resources that were available to me. So I kind of
Mhm.
went CSI mode and started finding people who own playlists and like reaching out and pitching to them and really trying to like find ways to market myself. And in doing that, I created like contact lists of people who just own playlists. And so I'm able to utilize those for every time that I put out music and send the music to those curators. And I figured that if that works for me a little bit, then I know there's other artists in the middle of fucking nowhere that are talented that may need some resources to really kind of start pushing their music. So it was something that I figured I would offer to them.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm good. So what you, from what I understand, is that you put everyone's, I mean, a certain person's song on all these playlists that you have in contact with and stuff like that, connected with.
Oh yeah, so they're playlist curators. I don't actually own the playlists. I just
Okay.
have the ability for them to go directly to the person that owns it.
Okay, awesome, man. What is like the rates on that?
For it's like 150 a playlist or a contact list.
Uh-huh. Okay, so that would
And
just
then,
get you into
then I
one
give them
playlist.
my email template too, which has like the wording and stuff that I use when I land my placements.
Okay, so would that get you into one playlist or that will get you into various playlists?
It's pending on the curator. So like there's 215 curators on the list. So you can send your music to every single one on there, and it depends on who likes it and who not for who places it.
And it stays on like it stays on the playlist like forever, or does it stay there for like a month, a week, or a
Depending on
day?
the it's all playlist to playlist basis. Some of them operate differently. Some of them are really active and they're switching out their playlists all the time. And then there's other ones who just create really, really long playlists for people to listen to on shuffle, and then the music just stays on there once it gets added. So it's really it's a person to person basis, and just however the person who owns the playlist operates.
Oh, okay. But someone will pick it up, right? And they will put it in the playlist.
Yeah, I've had quite a bit of luck with it. And then Spotify's algorithm will pick them up off of those playlists sometimes. So it's really it's beneficial to have those type of resources for an independent artist, especially because it's expensive to hire out marketing companies.
Yeah, it truly is, man. But I did see also that you were doing remixes. You do remixes on everything, man. That's fucking crazy, bro. What inspired you to want to do remixes after you being such a, you know, top level artist, having 100,000 plays, opening up for DAX and doing all these amazing things and being a A&R for a distribution company? Like, what inspired you to even want to do remixes at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think like when I was growing up, like Lil Wayne was doing No Ceiling, Sorry for the Waves. He just hopped on everybody's shit. It was like, all right, I'm gonna take your shit and make it my shit. So it's just like I'm a ridiculous competitor. I like to one up myself. I like to be like, all right, I still have that old school mindset of I still want to have the hottest verse on this shit. Like I don't just want to be on it. I want to have the hottest verse on it.
You know what's crazy though? Like people like yourself, I seen you guys like myself as well. You know, we're hungry as shit. We want to get it. We don't care if it's a new like the baby or whatever. Who's ever releasing music, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
We have to hop on it to be the best. Meanwhile, I see the youngsters are not really into that. I really don't get it. Why though?
I don't get it either. It's like a difference in culture. I think like also like I don't there's like a difference in like competition and competitiveness. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I'm still all about like helping people, and I think there's room for everyone, but also at the same time, it's like I want to be the best to do it. So it's like I think there's got to be a balance that's found, and also like when you're super young, you're still figuring out what those balances are. They're just like I just want to be in music and beyond. Like there's just different mindsets that go into it.
Yeah, I also think it has to do, you know, with how the industry is set up right now. Because back in the days, you know, Lil Wayne wanted to be the best, Jay-Z wanted to be the best, 50 Cent wanted to
Yeah,
be the best, everyone wanted to be the best. Now nobody wants to be the best. They just want to be, you know, have an opportunity to do their thing.
yeah. Everybody just wants to be. There's a lot of people want to be famous. A lot of people don't want to perfect the craft, and I think that's where the difference is.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And I don't know, I see a lot of people complaining. Um,
Yeah, a lot of people are very entitled. I see that now with being an A&R, and there's a lot of people that are entitled and think they owe it to them. And I think that's I mean, when I first started out too, I was like, oh, I'm the hottest shit ever. I got to be on. Then you pay your dues, you see the actual struggle, the time that it takes to come up. And like, if you're entitled and you think people owe it to you, you're not going to be hungry enough to go get it for yourself.
hmm. Well, like yourself, like how you made it this far, right? So you must have some type of knowledge. So like, what could you advise an upcoming artist? You know, something that you see that they're fucking up with. nowadays, or like what could you tell them or teach them?
Uh, Humble yourselves, and also uh, be self-sufficient. There's going to be a lot of people who come to you and approach you as managers that are just going to take your money. If you don't have like 750,000 monthly listeners and you don't have constant inquiries coming in for you, there's no reason for somebody to be managing you. Yeah, there's not, like, you need to be more self-sufficient instead of paying money out for people to do things when there's not inquiries coming in for you. You're spending money on shit that you could be spending on marketing.
Mhm. And like, how did you start off with the marketing and all this stuff like that? Like, how much would you waste? How much would you investing into your music career? Or how did you do this? Or who did you look for? What were your resources?
I mean, I very much I worked like a job and then put the money from the job into the music. I was very blessed growing up in the sense of I had parents that let me stay home and live rent free until well after I was 18. So I didn't really have those type of expenses when I was first starting out. So I just stayed home, lived with my parents, didn't have to pay rent or anything. And I put all the money that I made from my full-time job. I sold cars for a little bit, and then I was a salesperson at AT&T, and I took all the money from my paychecks and I invested that into the music.
Oh, okay. And like, did you pay for a manager, or did a manager contact you? Or like, how did that go?
No, I till this day I still don't have a manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Not
do. I
even
do it
a.
all myself. I'm a control freak.
I get you, man. I'm the same way. Not even
Yeah,
a marketing team or PR or anything like that.
no, I run my own ads. I reach out for my own PR. I reach out to my own to the curators for myself. I do everything myself.
That's awesome, man. And like, what's your best spot for ads? Like, where you have gotten like the best results?
I like to use Facebook and Instagram ads. I like to use stories ads instead of timeline ads. In my opinion, if you're clicking through stories, people are already got their sound down. If you're going through a timeline, everybody and their brother is trying to pop off. So I think people are spending, for some reason, there's a lot of fucking people who think you need to spend money to get Instagram followers and Instagram clout. And I have multiple people that have like been like, bro, you're arrogant for saying this. But when was the last time that somebody popped off on Instagram?
That's true.
Like, you're not building a value by getting followers on Instagram. I get a lot of engagement off of Twitter. But also on Twitter, that's not really a marketplace where you can pay a profile to post you. Like this, it's a different thing. Like your tweets are going to do what they're going to do. So I think just stories, ads, and really just trying to find where the noise isn't is the best
Yeah.
approach.
Now I completely understand you on that, because I myself, I'm not, big on social media or anything like that, but on where my platform is on Spotify podcast. That's where my
Right.
platform is at, or Apple Podcast. That's where my people are at. So as long
Of
as I
course.
know where I got my people, and my people are, and tuning in and stuff, whether it be from France or Bangladesh or the U.S., Canada, Mexico, wherever, that's my audience, and that's who I should focus on. And by focusing on that, I should focus on the product I'm releasing, which is, with yourself, you know.
Exactly.
you know,
100%.
of course, some people think like, because the numbers and the followers and the views, that costs money. That's not really money. That's just, just well, fame and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, fame is also needed, but it's not really bringing in the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Followers don't pay your bills
Yeah.
unless they're like engaged and
Of
actually paying
course,
your bills.
where I seen people pop off is on what's it called, TikTok. Now that's a place where I think people will to pop off, but that
Yeah. I think
requires a lot of
TikTok's
time.
important.
Yeah, I see a lot of people. I actually discovered a couple people, from TikTok as well. I was like, oh shit, man, TikTok is the place to be at right now. But there's so much talent out there. It's kind of hard to just focus on one person or a couple of few people.
For sure.
Um,
TikTok's a wild place. It's a open marketplace right now. So if you can figure out that algorithm and get it to work for you, then I think it's important. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm gonna keep posting every day till I do.
yeah, that's what I was about to tell you too. I seen you post your new song "Back to Sleep" on IG every single day. You say you're gonna post it every day. I think it's like I think 1 or 2 days.
Yeah,
What's up, man?
I've been posting it on the TikTok every day
Oh, on TikTok. Oh,
till
right,
it hits
right.
a million. Yep, been posting every day there. I'll post on Instagram every other day. Like I said, I don't really put a lot of focus on my Instagram. I'm really driving my efforts to Twitter and TikTok.
Yeah, I mean TikTok is the place to be right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, how did you make the song? I think you have like a type. I just realized that you have like a type of pop. I mean punk rap or punk rock type of stilo to your music, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have like some of the like raw, just regular hip hop. I do a lot of different genres, but my main focus as of late has been like the punk rap sound to it. It's punk music's kind of what I grew up on, mixed with rap, and I also grew up on classic rock. So just like as I get older, my influences are coming out more.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You know, the same way. You know, I'm going back to the roots. You know, back in the days, rock was popping. You know, with Slipknot and all
Yep.
these other guys. I'm like, damn, I kind of miss it. You know, so now
Yeah,
seeing like
dude.
Machine Gun Kelly coming out with punk rap, punk rock right now, it's like, oh damn, this kind of refreshing, kind of new. You know.
Yeah, I like the new real instruments are coming back. It's just the kind of music I grew up on, and all my influences are coming out, and it's cool to see that artistic side of myself because I didn't know that was in there all the time.
I know that's crazy when you do that yourself.
Mhm.
But what inspired you to want to do it besides the childhood experiences and music you used to listen to? Like, is there like a reason behind it? Maybe because of Machine Gun Kelly doing his thing, or is it just something you just say, fuck it, I want to do it myself?
Yeah, I mean, I think like way back, like when I first started, I always said that like I wanted to find a way to merge punk with rap. I had a few tracks that I had put out in like 2015, 2016, where like we tried like different approaches. Like it was kind of like when Lil Wayne was trying to do it back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Like where we like had influences and sounds of it, but we like never had really like perfected like that merging of it. And then I would say like person that really like did it was Juice World. Um, so I would say like he kind of put that formula of how to merge the two genres together. Uh, and I think like once quarantine and everything hit, like you can always grow, but I think to some extent I had like perfected the hip hop style that I had like been doing, and I just wanted to like try something different, and I was just in a different creative space. So like being locked down and everything gave me a space to really be experimental and create that new sound.
that's awesome, man. It's awesome to hear. Yeah, because back in the days, rock wasn't really accepted anymore that much because Lil Wayne and all these guys were popping off. It was more about that aggression type rap going
Yeah, for
on.
sure.
Lil Wayne did try, he was bringing those electronic sounds with the guitar and whatnot back, but it wasn't to the point where people
Oh,
really
I still
accepted
listen to
it.
that Rebirth album regularly.
Yeah, but people were really accepting it that much. It really didn't go as far as it should.
Right.
Um, but nowadays people are looking back at it and like, oh man, this is actually an awesome piece of work. Now that rock is being more familiarized with people. Like what's it called, Little Uzi Vert and Juice
Yep.
World and all those other guys. Who just even the way that they dressing nowadays.
Yeah, dude, they're bringing it back. I love it.
I know, man. It's kind of refreshing because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love rap and all, but, sometimes just dealing with the whole gangster and drugs and bitches and all this, it gets exhausting
Yeah.
because as you grow up, your mentality changes and your lifestyle changes as well. So you can't be listening to that same thing and be like, yeah, I'm still living that same lifestyle, or being rebellious, it's not like that.
Right. Yeah, I can only hear the same song so many times.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard too. I'm guessing, making music nowadays for the reason that unless if you're being yourself, like yourself, where you're telling your story and whatnot, because everyone's has said about absolutely everything about now. It's been it's been
Yeah.
decades since the '70s they've been making hip hop music. Imagine that since the '70s,
Yeah.
no, way before that, because we're going back to probably like the '60s when they were making music absolutely about absolutely everything was be said about now. War, love, hate, pain, wars, and I mean, I
Yeah.
would say wars. What's it called? Gangster rap and fuck the
Yeah.
police and all this other stuff. So much being said. So, how do you stay? How do you call it? True to yourself at this point when there's just so much noise going on right now. Like for example, with the whole Russia and Ukraine stuff. Because
Yeah. I
sometimes
think
something like that happens. They're like, you know what? Let me get in and talk about it too.
yeah, I think you just gotta like not listen to the noise of what everyone else is doing and really listen to like what you're trying to write and trying to create, and don't let the outside shit influence it too much unless you're trying to unless something's like hitting you hard and you got to talk about it.
Yeah. There's an advice. Well, not an advice, but there's something that Wayne once said. You know, he said he doesn't listen to anyone's music. He just listens to himself. And
Hmm.
honestly, I think that advice, that was an actual advice to people, you know, because that goes over a lot of people's heads. Because sometimes, you know, there's so much going on, like we just talked about, and sometimes you have to just listen to yourself and just tell your story, and then people, that's when people start to relate to you because you're being yourself, and you're not trying to, you know, relate to everyone else. But you know, he still stays in tune with, you know, what's going on, but to a certain degree, you know.
Right. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, there's levels too. I think like Wayne's just say he's an animal, so he's just a different breed. I think there's some people who need to be influenced by others, and I think there's others that are like, I only want to be influenced by myself, and I think both of them are cool.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He never said he's not influenced by other people. He wasn't influenced by other people. You know, it's just that when he was in his face, he was just listening to himself. Even to this
Yep.
day, I believe. Oh no, now I see him. You know, contributing to you know, doing features with other people who are youngsters on this. I'm guessing, you know, he already kind of figured out, you know, like, hey man, let's just show some love back to the people who showing me some love. I really don't know what's going on through his mindset, but that's pretty fucking awesome, man.
I agree. I agree completely.
Yeah, but tell me, man, like what's up with you, man? What's new? What you gonna drop soon, or do you have anything planned, or a music video?
Yeah, so I have I'm hoping to find a videographer here in Nashville soon. I know there's plenty, so gonna try to be working on that for videos. I do have a new song coming in April. Trying to do a song every month the whole year. I have a pure like raw hip hop project coming soon, and I'm also working on another punk project. So I have two projects of two different genres sitting in the vault, just working on the release plans right now.
Nice. So right now there's no release dates, no names either. It's just you're working.
Yeah, we end up the projects are pretty much done. We're just doing the finishing touches.
Oh, okay. You got any shows or anything like that coming up?
Um, Potentially soon. Nothing that I can speak of yet, but there's conversations.
Damn, bro. Yeah. I just keep thinking about it. You're in Nashville, man. I want to be there so bad already, but I'm still stuck here, brother.
Where are
Oh
you at
no.
again?
Huh?
Where are you located again?
New York. I'm in New York.
Oh
Brooklyn.
yeah, that's right. Hey, come on
Yeah.
down. I'll get you a beer.
For sure, man. Nah, for real, man. I love Tennessee. I've done so much research about Tennessee, and when I was like, damn, I love it out there. You know, what's it called? The countryside. I love that, man. You know, being in the city for so long is just so exhausting, man. So it takes away your energy. Like, damn,
Oh, for
man.
sure. You get to see some grass. Come on down.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm waiting, man. You know, I'm stuck here for a bit. I can't really speak of it or why. But I'm stuck here for a minute. You know, that's awesome, bro. You're doing your thing. That you're about to shoot your music video and whatnot. It's an awesome thing. I know. I'm sorry to say this, but I had to cut the interview short, man, because you know you came a little bit late. So,
Nah, that's my fault.
uh,
I was on work calls for the distribution shit.
oh no, you're good, man. You know, hopefully next time we get to talk a little bit more, go into deep with the conversation about what you're doing next and whatnot. But if you
Definitely.
have anything else to include into the interview or you want to share with the people, like right now is the best time for you to do it.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys can go find me on Spotify, Apple Music. Just type in Ryan Bronson. And Twitter and TikTok at I am underscore Ryan Bronson. Posting a lot of content there. Hopefully, get some stuff moving. And then if you are an artist and you want to reach out to me as far as some distribution opportunities or some marketing opportunities, I'm looking to help artists of all genres. Send me a message.
Awesome. Well, until next time, guys, this was AcapellicTV Podcast with your boy Celestino Valencia and Ryan Bronson. We are Acapellic.